Previously on The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure.
Good morning! It's nice to meet you.
It's too much. I can take it.
Uh-oh, I think Lloyd died from cuteness overload. Oh well, guess I'll just have to be a penguin forever now. Woo, woo, woo!
And now back to breaking every barrier.
Hello!
NicoB, back with some more The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. When we last left off, new day, new chance to talk to everybody in the world again. And we took on a quest of dressing up as Mishi and Michette as we tried to appeal to the good little boys and girls, and Tio came to the realization that her beloved icon is actually just some middle-aged man who's just working his 9 to 5. I should just tell her Sandra isn't real too, just to rip the band-aid off. But fuck all that. Who gives a shit about that when we've got mother freaking Penguin Kia? Woo! Oh my God, look at her doing her little dance. Look at her being absolutely assaulted by all of our friends. But who can blame them? This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I asked you guys to make some fan art for it, and you guys followed through. We got a few pieces here I'm gonna show off right now. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. At the time of this video, I think we got about like 3 pieces. But honestly, I need more, okay? Penguin Kia is the thing I didn't know I needed, but now that I have it, I don't want it to ever leave me. And I need more. This is my new Panda Maho. It's just too adorable. I mean, just look at the pieces we got here. Look how cute they are. I love this one that Daku did where she's wearing like a penguin hoodie. So please, if there are any other artists out there, please draw your version of Penguin Kia and send it to me on Twitter. We do also have a DeviantArt fan group for fan art and stuff, but to be honest, DeviantArt's kind of fallen off. Let's be honest. Not many people really use it much these days, it feels like. So it's actually just way easier to send to me via Twitter. But yeah, I'll show them off in the start of these episodes every time you guys send me some. So please and thank you. Damn, no wonder you guys want me to play this game so badly. Or this series so badly. It all makes sense now. It wasn't all the other like intrigue or nice characters and incredible world building and settings. No, it was for fucking Penguin Kia. I just had to wait 5 games to get there. I think we've peaked, guys. I think we might have peaked with Penguin Kia. I don't know if it's ever possibly going to get as good as that. Or will it? Play Trails to find out, right? But anyway, last episode, Borbatris said, on this day, a certain bracer in Liberal just started screaming and frothing at the mouth because she could sense something was happening in Crossbell, and she wasn't there. Dude, I would love to see Annalise's reaction to that. I just want to see her literally fucking explode. She would die. She would actually just die. Like she would stop functioning and then she just collapse to the ground, and then her entire body would explode into a fiery glory with so much power that it nukes the entire city she's in. That's my headcanon. I'm sticking to it. God, I hope there's a future where that shit happens, all right? Where we get to see that interaction. I want to see it so fucking bad. And you might be like, but Nico, you want to see Annalise die? No, I love Annalise. I want her to live, but at the same time, could you imagine a more perfect death for her? I personally can't. So she had to die any certain way. I think that's the way she'd have to go. But anyway, Bobatress, thank you so much. You're a hilariously accurate comment and hopefully a prophetic look at the future. And it's the reason you are comment of the day. By the way, I actually added the Penguin Kia, her little funny dance, as an emote to the NicoB Discord. So feel free to use it. She's just dancing around. Someone actually had that like just as like a GIF on its own. So it was like, oh shit, I'd be foolish not to make this into a emote. So now you can use it for all your Penguin Kia needs. And I guess it's also just a friendly reminder. This has probably been a while since I brought it up, but we have a Discord. We're actually, I think we're nearing 9,000 members, or maybe even 10,000. That's a lot of penguins, man. But yeah, feel free to join if you haven't already. And people talk about series and a whole bunch of other stuff. Not to mention all of our goofy emotes like Penguin Kia. But links in the description. They're always in the description of these videos, so feel free to check it out. But anyway, you guys did also bring up that technically the items I was talking about, I was like, oh, I don't think they have them in here for the big fancy fish. They actually were there. I think I forgot what they were called. I was like, wait, what was it again? Actually, you know what I was doing? I was looking at the unhighlighted ones instead of the highlighted ones. So I was like, I don't know why I was like assuming I didn't already have this. But yeah, Evergreen is one because it needs Emerald. Then Crimson Eater's another. But I also need Yama's Purga Tofu and Midnight Delight. And I don't think I I don't think I have those. So accuracy plus 20, evasion plus 20, speed plus 10. Jesus. Just speed, man. And prevents faint, sleep, and confused. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Strength plus 100. That is pretty fucking great. Wow, that's a lot. And then the magic one. Tank man. Actually, let me check. Do I even have like Midnight Delight? That would probably be like one of the fancy ones of these. Maybe? I don't think I do. Which, to be fair, is probably a good way to make sure you can't get this shit too early. So they make it very possible to get these fish like hella goddamn early. But all right. We are, I believe, done in town. Was there anything else I need to do? The Capio service over at the Crossbell Airport. Chief Talta. Oh, that's right. Chief Talta is technically here. Did I want to start that now, though? Or do I should go just talk to everybody else around the planet? Probably talk to everybody first. Shouldn't take that long. I should it'll be good to go to Armorica first before we do the Talta thing too, because there's probably like NPC dialogue that's gonna go away after I start it. Let's go kill this thing first though. Nepenthes G. Okay, get in the fucking minivan. And they say route West Crossbell Highway. I wish they were a little more specific about where though. Yeah, maybe we just run all my ass around this place fucking looking for this thing. Ah, shit! Get out of my way. What the fuck? Where's even the front on this thing? What we got? Dependence G. As a diet of insects and at times humans. Oh, god damn it. I was like, he looks kind of like the worm thing, but maybe a little different. No, he's the same fucking type. Triggers earthquakes when attacked. God, I hate these fucking types of enemies. Because they make it so it's like, oh, unless you kill them in the first hit, they're just gonna nuke you. I'm gonna try though, all right? Oh, I'm dead. It's not gonna stop me from making another mistake. All right. Yeah, that's how that always goes. Okay, there we go. Put Tio's fucking wall move on. I made that. So we can tank a few of those attacks. There we go. Die. Level me up. Ooh, a brand new move, Lloyd. Quelling Smash. And Deadly Heaven 2. All right. Raise ATS when HP is low. All right, cool. Even more speed. Oh, what we got?
A craft book. This one looks like it suits Randy and Wazzy's styles.
Good stuff. Want to give it a shot, Wazzy? I'm game if you are. Last Rebellion. A high-speed, bloodthirsty charge through the battlefield. Cool. What do we have left now? We're missing Tio and Wazzy now. And then I think that's it. Yeah. Uno mas. Oh yeah, what's his new move? Oh, it's his SP move, I say. Dives into a group of foes and spins with Tophos. All right. To be honest though, when am I not using Lloyd? I don't know. Probably never gonna see this. Lloyd's just too dumb useful. Okay, is my pink-haired friend back? She is! Oh my god, finally! I haven't seen you forever!
Oh shoot, I'm late! We're supposed to be at training first thing in this morning, so she's never going to let me hear the end of this. Is this girl your old neighbor, Lloyd? The one who recently enrolled here?
Yeah, it's her. It's a great thing that we could be co-workers in the future. It's taking me back to my early days as a cadet. It really put you through the ringer at the beginning.
I know exactly what it's like to get chewed out by the instructors, too. Oh, shoot, I'm late. I'm late. I'm supposed to be training.
Wait, hey, look, I'm here. Hello, look at me, look, I'm over here. Look at me. So I wonder when you're going to be, I wonder when this character is going to be relevant. Because I think you guys said this character wasn't here originally. They added her in. And actually, now that I think about it, does her art style actually match more of... It does actually, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It didn't even hit me when I first saw her before. It actually was sort of like, it kind of went over my head, like, because last time I was just like, oh wow, yeah, there's the new character. I was so excited that it didn't even hit me that the art style for her portrait also does not match our art style either. It's actually the exact same art style as the mystery girl at the conference, who was also added in, right? In the later version for this game. I see. Okay, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense then. I assume you must be then like a Cold Steel girl or something. I guess. Or are you just gonna be like an NPC forever? Important NPC though. I'm still convinced that that other chick was definitely a Cold Steel girl. Yeah, you know how you can tell, by the way, the difference here? It's the way the line work is done. The line work on these portraits are much like quote unquote cleaner, right? Like look at like Lloyd's hair versus how her hair looks, right? Even Noelle here, who is actually much more similar, it's like this one has much larger stroke hair versus little tiny like oh, we got little hairs in there and everything. This is kind of more about little details. I don't know, it's fun. It's always kind of fun to break down like what makes a style different from another. You know, you've really made it as an artist when you have an art style that is like so uniquely you that people will see it and instantly know it's yours, right? I think that's so cool. Do I have any more weird things for you? No. As far as we're aware, there haven't been any further signs of the cryptid that appear in the forest today. I believe the bears that came by are investigating elsewhere at the moment. Okay, cool. I'm a little bummed that we didn't talk to the Juno girl didn't notice we were there. For some reason, Lloyd just felt like looking at her and thinking to himself and not actually talking to her. This dumb bitch. Of course, I mean Lloyd, not her. We the CGF want to take on the investigation of this cryptid things on our own, but our hands have been tied ever since the Independence proposal would put us on high alert. Thank you for taking care of it in our stead, Randy. No problemo, Sig. Good luck to you boys here, too. It's what I'm fucking here. It's what Randy Orlando does. And look at this girl sitting on a box.
All of these CGF soldiers are their own niche for some reason. So you're uncomfortable. I should leave her home soon.
I wonder why, lady. Did you watch the news? Ideas, please have mercy. This soup is so fucking spicy. My blood made this especially for me, though. Stop being mad. Lick this bowl clean. It burns so good. What the fuck?
Klaus has been looking down, so I made him some soup with an extra kick to help perk him up. I was afraid it'd be too spicy, but thankfully he's slurping it down like no tomorrow. Guess hot foods aren't a problem for him.
It's good, yes. It's good. It's a good way to start this relationship. Yes, go give him more. Keep feeding him more. Dishonesty is the best way to approach a relationship. Just go ahead. Fucking kill him. Kill him with the food. That man over there is dying, isn't he? He's coughing and vomiting everywhere. It's ruining my meal, damn it.
Hello, SS. You didn't happen to run into anything unusual on the way here, did you?
Unusual how?
Doesn't seem out of the ordinary, as far as we could tell.
Is that right? Suppose they won't be showing up today, then. In a way, that's almost a relief. Forget I said anything. It's just some work-related business. I might put in a request for all of you in the future, so I'd appreciate if you heard me out when the time comes.
I don't know what's up with you, but sure. You know you can hit us up whenever.
Thanks, I'll hold you to that.
Uh-oh. Dank foreshadowing.
Things are strained with the major powers right now. I should get back to focusing on the border. I've read over your investigation report. I find it interesting that the Pleroma grass mentioned during the cult incident would be relevant to our current predicament.
We were surprised as well. How would you like us to proceed with the investigation?
Unfortunately, the CGF is unable to act. That said, having identified the apparent cause of the cryptid's sudden appearance is tangible progress. In light of that, I ask that you continue looking into things to the fullest extent of your abilities.
Don't worry, we got this. Says I, Randy Sex-Loving Orlando. That is actually, in fact, my middle name, by the way.
Bro, give me this book to read on my breaks. Enjoy quiet lots of me, you would too.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Wasn't even paying attention to that I began that chapter from you. Man, I'm so busy lately, I haven't had time to rest. That said, the commander and second lieutenant really had way worse. Tenacity's admirable. Strive to be more like them. All right. Chapter 8. Like I said, my feelings on this story are definitely a little bit like, I don't know where the hell this shit's going. Okay, Edwin is like suddenly determined to find magicians or something, and then Agnes is like, he seems different. Okay. 22 Cards of Fate, Part 1? What? I mean, Part 1. Oh yeah, you guys also remind me, the black cat that Tio had that I gave her like little, it was like a piggy bank or something. Kagemaru it's the black cat from this story. Ah, right. I did sort of think the name sounded familiar. Agnes was still shaken up by Edwin's behavior, even after she returned from the Eden News. Normally it was so straightforward and easy to read, but now... She wiped down the countertop and rearranged the glasses and silverware in an attempt to calm herself, but her anxiety remained. The only customer, Old Man Perdue, sat at the nearby table, chatting leisurely with Agnes' uncle. He waved to Agnes and she responded in kind.
Do you have any ideas, Kagemaru?
She asked. Kagemaru was curled up on his favorite spot on the counter, just left of Edwin's usual seat. The cat stared at her with his usual lethargic look.
Yeah, I figured as much,
she thought. Agnes reached for her knit cap but stopped herself. Even if she ran out searching for Ed now, she knew she wouldn't be able to find him. He had his bike and was bound to be on the move at all times, with how worked up he was. Instead, Agnes opened a drawer behind the bar and moved an old-looking deck of tarot cards.
Yeah, these ought to do the trick.
Pinpointing lost items through tarot readings was well within the clan's rules. Every now and then, Agnes would even do some fortune-telling for their regular customers. It was nice to hear them tell her she had been right, but what really made her happy was getting to use her powers freely. Reading a fortune for one's own benefit, however, was wholly forbidden. After all, too much knowledge can be danger in and of itself. Agnes hesitated briefly before undoing the string that bound the deck together.
There was something off about Edwin today. I'm sure of it.
She exhaled deeply before placing her fingers upon the stack of cards. Imagining the possible answers the deck held, no matter how small, calmed Agnes.
Excuse me, miss!
Suddenly, a cute little girl about 10 years old stood before her.
Can I help you?
Agnes asked as she took her hands off of the cards, wondering when the girl would come in.
Are you telling fortunes, miss? Can you do mine too?
The girl introduced herself as Tizzy and said she was looking for answers. She fidgeted with the red ribbon she wore. Apparently her father was in the middle of a difficult job and she wanted to know how it would turn out.
Well,
Agnes wondered if the little girl was from the area. She'd never seen her before. Her request came at a fortuitous moment, though. Agnes was reluctant to use her powers for herself, but she had far fewer qualms about using them to help others.
Well, I'll make an exception just for today. What'll it be, Tizzy? I'll take one single request. Wow, really? I never lie, neither do my tarot cards.
Okay. This is such a weird story. I feel like it can't focus. Okay, she's like we are on a focus point of like, all right, let's figure out what Edwin is doing, and then it's like some random girl comes in, interrupts her. All right, let's do what you're doing. It's like the story cannot focus on any one objective thing to like for any longer than a chapter, and then it's just on to something else. It's like, okay, whatever. I heard some of you guys say that this is a story that is better read like in bulk as opposed to like per chapter, and maybe so. You know, a funny thing is another series that I like that is actually sort of that way too is Bleach. Reading Bleach by the weekly can be so fucking painful because sometimes chapters, like a single chapter feels like it does literally nothing. Like nothing was accomplished just with the way Kubo like writes his stories. And I'm getting kind of a similar vibe with this, but I feel like this was even more like, I don't know, ADD, if that makes sense. Where it's just like, all right, we're going to talk about this one thing for all of 5 pages, and then we're going to move on to something completely different. All right, let's go ahead and get Tangram out of the way. Crossbell released an entire 10% of his tax burden to the Empire and Republic combined. Independence would make Crossbell no longer beholden to that. Still increase our state budget. Wonder how much of it would go to fortifying the CGF in that scenario. I think I've had this conversation before. Did you guys actually update? No, they are. The Braces are searching here, there, and everywhere for this. Over here, over there, everywhere. Those cryptids. They're good and fit for the job, too. These guys are way more experienced with areas off the beaten path than us. For some reason, no cryptids have appeared on Tangram Hill. It'd be problematic if we had to go into the buffer zone to exterminate a cryptid with a public right there. But it could still happen, so we've had to keep our guards up. Funny running to you here, SS.
Scott and Wenzel, surprised to see you out by the border. Are you headed to the Republic? Or is there a cryptid at Tangram Hill, maybe?
Neither. One of those monsters did appear at Tangram Hill, who fall into the CGF's jurisdiction.
That's true, but in that case, what are you doing here?
We were investigating the area off East Crossbell Highway where you defeated that cryptid yesterday. If the Pleroma grass really is connected to those things appearing, we want to see if any more of it had bloomed nearby.
I see. That does seem like a distinct possibility.
Says your braces, you guys can get in the back areas we wouldn't be able to investigate. That's the thought. Leave this to us for now. I'm sure there are things that only you guys can do to help as well. The trade conference may be done, but we haven't gotten any less busy after the fact. Haven't been able to see my fiancée Pearl at all. The girl who works at the department store, you mean? Unfortunately, you're gonna need to stick this out. We're short-staffed as it is. When it's all over, you should ask Michelle for a day off. I can help cover for you if need be. Thanks, Wenzel. I don't know what I'd do without you, partner. Duh, the bromance. Bro, I don't know how any of these bitches being a bracer have any free time, right? It seems like the world is always getting ready to fucking end due to some shit, right? This same old lady works at Calvard was arrested in ulterior yesterday. I think she's so spry at her age, yet wasted being a criminal. In some ways, I pity her for that. I don't know if you pity her if you can see how many backflips you could do. Well, that plant you found during your investigation, pleuromagrass, I believe it was called. It was reported to be the key ingredient in Gnosis, correct? We've always known that the drug was dangerous, but never expected to be linked to something like this.
Weren't you at the police academy during the cult incident, Deputy Commander? That was the first place the CGF went for.
That's right.
We were completely blindsided when the brainwashed unit from Belgard attacked. In the end, the academy staff and I couldn't hold them back. A nurse was sprung from the prison.
We figured that was the case.
To think a simple flower could cause not only what happened that night, but also the cryptid's emergence in our state. The latter of which is something that presents a clear and present danger to all Crossbellans. Goddamn fucking dank-ass, drug-ass plants, brainwashing us and stealing our jobs.
I heard Derek and Minutes' plan's almost ready to go. We'll have to see what happens next. Gotta say I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know if you should be, man. It's like some dank's happening.
I don't quite understand these changes Derek's been pushing for the village. Grant, it's true that having orbital tools in the fields would make things easier. But the simple truth is, I like field work. I'm sure I feel about having my job taken over by machines.
Those goddamn machines?
I'm tired of playing bracers. Bracers suck.
Yeah, be like us. Be SSS.
She's so boring around here. Wish something crazy would happen to stab her out.
Oh, dude, why would you raise that flag?
I want to play bracers!
Middle be conducting his final negotiation today, I hear. Knock on wood that his and Derek's plan works. Sounds like exciting stuff. I was talking about chasing the village. I'm not so sure I like that. I don't really mind things staying how they are. Life's a lot easier this way. I don't like change. Oh, there he is. I'm expecting an important guest today. You're gonna have to leave.
Shut up. We know who you're fucking expecting, you dumb bitch.
Chief told us Son has been very tense since he returned yesterday. It's understandable. His talks today could potentially change the market forever.
What the fuck are you doing here, Lloyd? My husband said he was gonna meet you back in Crossbell.
Oh shit, fuck, sorry, my bad. That'd be funny, so she said.
My husband's gone to visit Mr. Hayward's home to discuss Derek's recent behavior. Can't handle this on our own anymore. Derek Castleball, please watch over Armorica and guide Derek. Derek, dick sucker.
Is that a nice thing to say about your son, ma'am?
I don't give a shit anymore, he's pissing me off! We're looking for Arios, who went back to the city yesterday night. Suku could still use his support, but we all understand how busy his bracer work keeps him.
Unlike us, who can just run around the city for forever and talk to everybody. Why can't Arios do what we do?
Oh, hello there, sis.
Lynn, Alia, brings you to St. Ursula today.
Another bracer request, perhaps? We're taking a little breather and doing some prep work before we get back to investigating the cryptids. The plan is to check out the sandbar on Ursula Road where you exterminated that one from yesterday. We're hoping to find some sort of link between the cryptids and that pleromagrass you've reported mentioned. Oh, and Aria's back to work, just so you know. We'll be handling the last cryptid that was assigned to the guild. All by himself, huh?
Anything we can do to lend a hand?
No, I think we have it under control. Although, I could use some hugs and kisses from Tia to perk me up in case we run into any more trouble. You will survive. Ah, so cruel. Yeah.
Okay, your fascination with Tia is starting to get a little weird. Oh, well, yeah. Actually, again, it's kind of always been weird. I'd be far more concerned for her if she didn't act this way.
In other words, there's nothing to worry about. We can take care of ourselves. You guys just keep doing what you're doing on your end.
Got it. I mean, dicking around. Good luck to you two, and stay safe out there.
About the pleromagrass, by the way. The report you submitted said it was the key ingredient in Gnosis. The orchestrator of the cold incident, Joachim Gwenner, manufactured a large quantity of the drug before his demise. But that raised the question, where had he harvested enough pleromagrass to do so?
Yeah?
We're heading to the sandbar on Ursula Road to look into the connection between that blue grass and the crypt you reported. Don't worry though, we can take care of ourselves. You six just keep on doing your own thing, wherever the fuck that is! Because I still have a bit of time before today's lecture. Michelle isn't here yet, so I may as well stick in a little sting while I eat my breakfast. Michelle, that lazy fuck!
I don't think we've actually been in this room yet. The outpatient lodging? I don't think we have. think even when Tio, yeah, no, because when Tio was here, she was, I think, in one of the rooms over here.
You know, I never understood why we have this container full of dolls if we're warding off evil spirits. How the heck did it even get here?
What? Container full of dolls? What? That. Is that gonna be significant in some way? That seems very weird.
According to Mr. Clark, it's going to rain all day starting tomorrow.
Oh man, we haven't had a rainy day in a while.
So you can now find weather forecasts around the orbital network. My gosh, the world's advancing more and more by the second now. Pretty amazing, don't you think?
Wonder if it's gonna be a dank day. Dank plot things will happen or something to match the gloomy atmo.
Heard Cerrone being chewed out by the nurse administrator earlier. The girl can never keep her nose clean. This scolding now and then might do her some good. I found her out here hanging off the edge of the building again in her weird chic cocoon. The girl's crazy! I'm going to stick up for her, of course, once I see a good chance to cut in. Feels as though the odds of Shizuku recovering her eyesight are as low as ever. But the patient hasn't given up, and neither can I. On the Sailing name, I promise not to rest until I can find a successful treatment for that girl. If Shizuku recovers her eyesight, it will inspire patients the continent over who live with the same affliction. I will fucking not let that shit happen! She will not be blind out of my watch!
Hi, Cecile.
Good morning, SS.
So weird seeing her eyes open now.
Well, hello there, Lloyd. What brings you all the way here? Did you want to pay Shizuku a visit? Yes, we did. We're not interrupting, though, are we? Oh, no, not at all. I just came to tell her that Michael sent her a letter from Lemon State. I was going to ask if she wanted me to read it. Did you say Michael?
Isn't that the boy Dr. Salen operated on?
Yes, he was also staying on this floor, so the two of us became good friends. We had promised to exchange letters with one another when he left the hospital.
From regular pals to pen pals, eh?
It's not common for St. Ursula to receive letters from former patients like this. Sadly, it isn't easy finding the time to respond, with the sheer volume of our workloads. Still, it's nice to hear from them. Knowing someone I care for is leading a happy, healthy life never fails to give me a boost of energy.
That sounds like you, Cecile. I bet you put a lot of love and care in every reply you make.
Perhaps I should begin writing letters to Martha as well. I'm sure she'd like that. She was so happy after seeing you for the first time in years. It's never too late. You're always welcome to give it a shot. I will consider it once our work slows down. Now then, I'll just go ahead and read this for you. Dear Shizuku, how have you been? I've been doing well myself. I've been praying to the gods every single night for her to help you see again. It hasn't changed one bit. It's so good to hear from Michael again. Oh, we include a photo, too. It's of him and his parents. They seem so happy. I can't wait to see it.
Aw. This shit's so fucking wholesome, god damn it. I don't think anyone's actually been in Gabble's room since he left. Probably because he stank the place up so much and filled it full of his stinky politician odor.
It's called Musk! Get it right, Lloyd!
You know, it's funny, when I was planning to come here later, I was thinking I was going to be looking out for potentially the guy that got sick from the Mishi costume, but we ended up seeing him actually come in at the end of the quest, so. It would have been a cool detail if we actually came here and we, I figured he'd just be like a no-name NPC or something. But he was just hanging out here.
Still in his Mishi costume for some reason.
Our Dr. Salin's going back to the drawing board to come up with a procedure to restore Suku's eyesight.
Robo eyes!
Thank goodness. She seems so down about what happened that I was starting to avoid her. Glad she's already shifting back into focus. Not that I'm surprised. Dr. Salin's got nerves of steel. She can stay calm and rational through any crisis. Oh, honestly, Cerrone, how many times must you make the same mistake before you learn? But Martha, I told you this one isn't my fault. I know I did it right. If there's any mistakes here, it's on their end. It just has to be, I swear. Do you really expect me to buy that, you dumb bitch? Hardly in the wrong for not believing you after the countless mistakes you've made in the past. I told you, Martha, there must have been some kind of doodly mistake on their end. Why would you believe me?
Oh, Cerrone. When are you gonna fucking learn? I don't know what it was you did, but it was probably all your fault.
When the surgical department was established, some found the practice invasive, inhumane even. But these days, I feel people have reached a deep understanding for what benefits the surgical side of medicine can offer. The field has a lot of greater pioneers who've demonstrated its merits. They deserve our gratitude much more.
Just because I'm stabbing a knife into you, they call it invasive? Bro, chill out.
Suku's bravery is always so inspirational in the nursing staff. We have to keep the faith and give her our full support.
For listening on the sense that something's troubling my son King. Oh no, he's the son of this guy. I thought it was the son of the other guy, the bald doctor. Yes, anime father, you're right. This houseboy keeps me busy enough. Wow, my private life is stressful. Stupid shithead. Maybe if he wasn't in a fucking gang, if I'm not careful, I'll end up giving myself a stomach ulcer. I'll be forced to have Lago treat me. Good gosh, my private life's so full of shit. Fucking Canes, stupid anime asshole. Why does he look like NicoB with that stupid hoodie up? T. Versley's been running herself ragged with her research ever since Shizuku's surgery. We're just looking at the possibility of employing the use of orbits to correct Shizuku's eyesight. We're just gonna jam orbits into her eye sockets. Amazing, isn't she? I don't know if it'll work, but she really knows how to think outside the box.
I got it. Well, I use the same principles as photocords, so it may be possible to send optical feedback to the brain as an artificial vision aid. No, that won't work. I should have figured. It would take a lifetime to develop this. I'm out of my fucking mind. I could see I'll be debuting their revival performance of the day after tomorrow. Let's see one of their shows someday, even just once. Maybe I'll sit next to a fine gentleman with appreciation for theater. We could strike up a romantic chat and make out there. You can cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn bucket and we could just take things from there.
Okay, all right. I think I'm done talking to you now. Tell she's more interested in the show or the imaginary gentleman or the popcorn bucket.
Marlowe's finally getting back to his regular self. Speaking as a bystander, the way Luca counseled Marlowe seemed ice cold. Guess if he's back on his feet, then all's well that ends well.
Oh, they actually did make up?
Instead of giving all the fuss was about yesterday, I did what Gans asked. I went up to Marlowe and said, "Can you just cheer up already, you dumb bitch?" Well, it is what it is. Back to cleaning.
I'm starting to think that Luca might be mildly autistic.
Oh, hey.
Mr. Nielsen? Ah, is that you, Lloyd? Yes, hello again. Glad you remember me. I never forget the voices of those I've had the pleasure of interviewing.
Is this man?
Yeah, he's that famous journo they met a while back.
That's right, Marcel Nielsen.
Oh yeah, I guess you guys weren't here yet for that.
What brings you to Mainz, if I may ask?
I have an interview scheduled with Mayor Bixon, as it so happens. I'll be asking him for his account on Mainz's origins as a Septian mining village, as well as how it changed in the modern day. With the topic of independence looming over Crossbell, I thought it pertinent to reflect on the state's history.
Not a bad idea.
That's a very insightful perspective to have, for lack of a better phrase.
I'll consider it a compliment. My circumstances do give me a penchant for taking things the long way around. But enough about me. I heard you all contributed to stopping the terrorist attack at the trade conference. With that in mind, I have the urge to interview you about the matter. Would you mind terribly? You see, there are several lingering questions I have regarding the motivations behind that attack. I suspect speaking with you will help me uncover the meaning of it all.
The meaning behind the terrorist attack? That may be difficult to divulge.
Tio's right. Information about the case is restricted to members of the state government and police force. If we do take your questions, we'll be pretty limited in what we can disclose. That's understandable, and well within my expectations. Nevertheless, I believe there is still merit to be had in discussing the matter. What do you say?
The last interview with him was definitely insightful. Participating in a second one could be a good idea if we have the time.
Sure, bro.
All right, we'll agree to your interview. Splendid. Thank you for your time. Let's begin right away then. Thank you all again for agreeing to this interview.
He did also, that said, it did also end with him pissing us off when he brought up Kia and made us a big angy. Was like, what are you talking about? That's my baby you're talking about.
On topic of discussion is the recent terrorist attack that occurred at West Samaria Trade Conference. To begin, I would like to confirm the identity of the perpetrators involved. Could you do that for me, Lloyd?
The Imperial Liberation Front for Erebonia, the Anti-Immigration Faction from Calvard, both.
Two terrorist cells from within the major powers were working in conjunction with one another. One was the Imperial Liberation Front from Erebonia. The other was comprised of members of Calvar's Anti-Immigration Faction. That's right, those were indeed the parties responsible. I'll refrain from delving into their backgrounds and founding principles. However, it is worth noting that the two groups have no history of collaboration, and yet they mounted a united front against the conference. I'm given to understand that they were abetted by a so-called society that had also been operating covertly in the borough. Yeah, the Society of Ouroboros. Thinking back, the terrorists were making use of archaisms at the trade conference.
Do you know of the society, Mr. Nielsen?
I've come across their name before, yes. They're a bit of an enigma, to be certain. I take it your work has led you to learning of them as well.
We've heard a thing or two.
And the more we hear, the shittier they seem to be.
At any rate, we can say definitively that their true aims are completely shrouded in mystery. Trying to deduce their objectives at this stage would be entirely in vain. I'm inclined to agree with that. Let us move on to the next topic then. I would like to review the intentions and perspectives of the two major powers in regards to the attack. My sources tell me that each nation employed outside forces in secret. Both of these forces contributed greatly to the resolution of the incident. What I find peculiar is that although the Empire and Republic foresaw the attack, they elected not to prevent it, leaving both terror groups at large. I have to wonder why that is. What do you suppose they were trying to achieve, Lloyd?
What were Chancellor Osborne and President Roxbell's objectives in regards to the terrorist attack? Expose each terrorist group, contain opposing political factions, force Mercury to resign.
Contain opposing political factions.
Each terrorist group is backed by a political faction that stands at odds with its respective country's leader. I think their top priority was to keep those two opposing factions in check. In Chancellor Osborne's case, he was looking to put pressure on Erebonia's noble faction. As for President Rocksmith, he was looking to deter anyone who agrees with Calvar's radical nationalist. I agree. That's the only logical explanation for why they allowed the terrorists to remain at large. As a result, the public tide has turned in their favor. Citizens from either country are raising their voice against the aforementioned factions.
Political leverage, then, was the end goal.
On a separate note, Lloyd, you identified this as their top priority, did you not? I found that curious. Do you mean to imply that they had another objective in mind as well? Well...
Lloyd?
Yeah, I can imagine one other objective. I also think it was to gain a foothold for their advancement into Crossbell. Oh.
Crossbell's in their crosshairs, so to speak. That much was clear as day when both leaders offered to station their troops in Crossbell at the conference.
Yes, and the terrorist attack fueled the narrative that Crossbell cannot keep its borders safe by itself. That only places further pressure on the state to accept their proposals. The non-aggression pact that Liberal introduced has essentially lost all power as a deterrent at this point. Moreover, Crossbell's independence proposal has placed it square in the public eye of both the Empire and the Republic, thereby redirecting the attention of either country's citizens away from their domestic conflicts and discontent. So even that was by design.
I've heard two birds with one stone. This is more like down in a flock with a boulder.
Well then, I see you've all considered this in just as much detail as I have. If you don't mind, I would like to move us on to our final topic. It is apparent that the two countries had a mutual understanding as far as the attack was concerned. Do you believe this to be evidence of a greater alliance between them?
Yes, a temporary one. Yes, a permanent one. Out of the question.
No, they hate each other.
No, I think that's out of the question.
Ultimately, they both have the same objective. Sole possession of Crossbell.
Yes, that's exactly right. In the end, the incident at the conference was no more than a one-time instance of them acting in lockstep. Furthermore, Crossbell is simply too valuable for either country to let it remain as a simple buffer zone. There's no room for allyship if each aspires to take it for themselves. The parallel actions tipped their hands as to their conflicting motivations.
Well, for a blind man, your aim is impressive.
So, this is all just a warm-up before the real thing. Eventually, they're going to go at each other, guns blazing.
Yes, and I imagine the war of intelligence they're waging will only worsen from here. The increasing activity from the Jaegers and criminal syndicates in Crossbell can likely be attributed to that as well. Unfortunate as it is, I would not be surprised to see a resurgence of inexplicable incidents such as those from Crossbell's past.
Inexplicable incidents?
What do you mean?
No, never mind that. Forgive me for speaking out of turn.
What the hell? Really, bro? Really? Gonna leave us out to dry like that?
That aside, I believe we sorted out a number of matters regarding the terror attack. Asking for this interview was a wise decision indeed. Thank you for your time.
Likewise, this is very enlightening.
I think we understand the current situation more clearly now. It was almost more informative than I was prepared to handle.
I'm glad to hear you found it beneficial. It would be wonderful if we could chat like this again sometime, future circumstances permitting.
Of course, we'll be more than happy to.
Okay, simple one.
Thank you for indulging me with an interview today, SSS. I'll chat again should the opportunity arise.
Barrists have been noticeably busier than normal these days. I've had to think twice before submitting any non-urgent requests. I was told that they're investigating the large, mysterious monsters that have been emerging throughout the state. Gives me this horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. For something wicked may be brewing in Crossbell. Oh, you know it, baby. Jimmy's been playing with Hopman's kiddo all day. She's only kid her age around these parts. I don't care if they're friends. But they're not gonna end up, dating or anything, right? Right! Sure, dude. I was wondering, she's not over in the corner like she usually is. Oh, there they are.
Echo!
I love my daddy! Wow, he really does yell the same thing back at you. Does that mean there's another Kimmy on the other side of the mountain?
Ha, our Echo's the coolest. What should I yell next? I've got one for you guys. Breaking every bar! Well, that was a good one.
Oh my god! That mountain's being shattered!
Uh-oh.
It's collapsing on the village, Lloyd!
Ah, shit. Fuck. Okay, maybe that was one barrier I shouldn't have broke. Right, guys?
Lord, everybody's dead because of you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sure that barrier breaking is only going to lead to more opportunities for more barrier breaking in the future, guys.
What the fuck are you even talking about anymore, Lord?
Never guess what happened. Luca of all people came over to cheer me up. Thank gosh, she doesn't hate me after all.
No, she does. It's fine, though. She hates everybody, so it doesn't matter.
Girl's depressed we get hitched. I guess she's happy about me not skipping work anymore. Mara, it's more trouble than it's worth. Can't ride for her family the way Max and Chief Hogman do. Besides, where do things go things solo? Also, I'm fucking gay.
Miles been acting awfully cheery today. Just so you look like his entire world falling apart. So he's working hard, I don't give a fuck.
All right. Exploration, chatting done. Means it's time to do some fucking dirty work.
All right. This better lead to us running the Capital family, or what's the point of this quest?
Capital delivery service. Packages had their addresses mixed up by mistake and they were delivered to the wrong places. We need some assistance to get them to the rightful owners. All right, Crossbell Airport.
I recognize that outfit.
Excuse me, are you with the Capital delivery service? Yeah, I am. Who are you guys? We're with the special support section with the Crossbell police. We came to speak with you about the support request you submitted. Oh, it's you. Thanks a bunch. Been a real bind here. Job's gonna take a while to complete though. Ready to start now? Of course, you can count on us.
Quest about some misdelivered packages, right?
Yep, boy, were they misdelivered. See, our company delivers parcels to places all over the continent. Unfortunately, we made an error while we were here in Crossbell. Several packages we listed with correct addresses by our staff and sent to the wrong locations.
That does sound like a problem. How does such a mistake happen to multiple packages at once?
Well, our president's a little bit of a scatterbrain, to put it nicely. This isn't the first time something like this has happened either.
Which one is the president? The oldest one?
One time he even mixed up a shipping label with a letter from a friend.
Wow, doesn't sound like your president's the most meticulous person out there.
It probably is, yeah.
I'll deny it, but he's a good man. When we had nowhere to go, he took us in with open arms. Yeah, sorry, I got off topic there. Long story short, I need you to help straighten out all the packages that ended up at the wrong addresses. We usually have a local shipping company handle the cargo once it gets to Crossbell States, so I'd have no idea where it was going.
Sounds simple enough. Do you happen to have a beat on where all those errand deliveries are?
Ah, yes, according to what I have here. Our parcel intended for St. Ursula ended up at Maine's Der Ziegel Inn. What St. Ursula received instead was originally bound for a private home in the residential district. I'd like for you to go to each of those places, reclaim the misdelivered package, and get them to the rightful recipients. Oh, and you're also going to need these. Fragile package, shipping label. I take it this is the package that was supposed to go to Der Ziegel?
And this label was supposed to be attached to the one that was delivered to St. Ursula.
That's right. So first off, deliver this little parcel to Der Ziegel Inn. Then the package there should go to the St. Ursula, which means you'll have to swap them with, the more I try to sort this out of my head, the more confusing it gets. But basically, we just need to exchange and redeliver the packages in order. Yes, do that. Sorry, I know this is a mess, but I'm counting your help. Don't worry, I think we can handle it. Let's start by going to Ziegel and Mainz first.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Oh man, I don't think I'd be seen to the Capo family at all, am I? Just the underlings here. No Josette, no Kyle.
All right, we were just there, now let's go back again.
Hey, if it isn't the kids from the police, we're here just 5 seconds ago. Y'all looking to book a room with us?
Not quite. We can't ask about a case we're working on.
Have you received any strange packages recently by any chance? Strange packages? Oh, as a matter of fact, the most peculiar package came in earlier. Why anyone would thought to send it to us, I couldn't even begin to guess. Do you happen to know something about it?
Jackpot!
Well, actually, I'll explain the situation regarding the misdelivered packages.
Oh, so that's what happened. So the package we received was supposed to go to St. Ursula then. No wonder it was chock full of scalpels and such. I can only imagine how disconcerting it was when they suddenly arrived. You don't know the half of it. Luca got so spooked she was hell-bent on throwing them out with the trash tomorrow. It's a good thing we made it in time.
Here, let me give you the package you were supposed to receive.
Thank you very much. Now let's have a look-see. Yep, these are the Burleigh drinking glasses I ordered a while back. I'm positive this package is ours.
Glad to be of service.
Now then, can we please have the package that was misdelivered to you?
Of course, give me just a moment. Here you are. I trust you'll get that to the hospital where it should be.
Thanks, we will.
All right, let's drop by St. Rosa Hospital next.
You should inquire at the reception desk.
Okie dokie.
We'll go back to St. Rosa Hospital, special support section. What can we do for you today?
About that, Sarah, there's something we need to ask you. It concerns one of our requests.
Looks like situation regarding the misdelivered packages.
Oh, so that's what that package was. Our nurse admin, Martha, was racking her brain over it. So that maybe a nurse made a mistake with the purchase order.
Oh, this is what she thought Cerrone fucked up on. Funny.
A mistake, you say? Yes, it happens. One of our, clumsier nurses has done something to that effect in the past. Multiple times, in fact.
Did she now?
So does that mean the package is currently at the nurse's station? Yes, it should be. Feel free to go to the second floor and have a look for yourself.
Cerrone redeemed. She's going through a redemption arc. Well, here's hoping. Really makes your heart go out to the poor nurse who was falsely accused.
It's just a little. Anyway, let's head upstairs.
That's fine. It's just fucking Cerrone. I don't give a shit.
Honestly, Cerrone, you should be old enough to know better than this, you stupid, dumb slut. Why is it that you can't even place a simple order without making these mistakes? No, it's gotta be some other explanation. Come on, no. Just ask Maeva. She even watched me put the order together.
This little heart emote.
I mean, sure, it took me 20 tries before I got the numbers right, but we did it eventually. The things Maeva has to put up with. You're so lucky she's fond of you, otherwise I'd kill you. I'll kill you right here now.
Pardon us, did something happen?
Oh, hello, SS. Cerrone here was tasked with placing an order for medical supplies, but we've run into a problem of sorts. The package that arrived didn't have any supplies. Instead, it has some worn-out doll inside. Goddess knows why.
Oh, that...
Wait, I think. So there was a bunch of dolls from upstairs, right? Is that what was related to this request too? So like, why would we need a whole bunch of dolls to ward off evil? She says some sort of worn out doll, but that sounds more singular.
Mind you, this isn't Cerrone's first offense. Earlier this year, she botched an order of bed sheets too.
I know, and then she wrapped herself in a cocoon.
Come on, why would you believe me? I'm telling you, I know I got it right. Lloyd, are you thinking the same thing I am?
Yep, there's no doubt in my mind.
What are you two referring to?
Well, we might know a thing or two about what happened here.
Looks like a situation regarding the misdelivered packages.
A misdelivery. So the package we did receive was never meant for us to begin with. That's right. We're currently in the middle of sorting it all out.
Will this happen to be the package you were expecting?
It appears so. These are the medical tools I placed an order for. Thank you for coming all this way to deliver them to us, SSS. Suppose I owe you an apology, Cerrone, but I won't give it to you anyway. Hope you can forgive me. I should have jumped to conclusions like that, even though you fucking deserved it. It's all water under the Hoodly Doodly Bridge now, as long as you're not still mad at me. I almost forgot. They should have put it somewhere in here.
So I already dug around inside the package to look for something.
There it is, my new Kagamaru strap. Since you already placed an order, I thought I might as well add this to the package too. Isn't it just adorable? Cerrone, perhaps we're going to need to have another talk after all.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you wouldn't mind, can we take the package you received by mistake? Make sure it gets to the right person.
Is it going to be over where the janitor was?
Why, of course. Give me just a moment. Oh, there it is. Be careful with it now.
Thanks. We'll take it from here then. We'll take it from here. Let's see. According to the shipping label that Aaron gave us. Okay, no, maybe not then. This package was meant for a private address in the residential district.
Now all we have to do is deliver it, and the request will be complete.
The residential district? It must be one of the homes near Speaker McDowell's then. Do you recognize the address, Ellie?
Let me take a closer look.
Is it the shitheads?
I think I do, but this address, if I'm not mistaken, is the empty house to the right of Representative Campbell's.
Oh. Wait, isn't that the house people kept saying was haunted 10 years back?
Are we finally gonna go in there?
Yes, that's the one.
The hell? Then what's going on? Is it possible someone moved in recently?
I couldn't really say for sure.
One way to find out is to head there ourselves. Let's go deliver this package.
Thank you for going every way to deliver us our package. Love to catch up, but so right now I need to have a little chat. Another time, perhaps. Hey, look at this Kakamara shop order. Best purchase of my life. Hey, fellow Kakamara enthusiast, your taste is impeccable. So you get it, and it's just so cute. Hey, Sarode, have you even heard a single word I've said, you dumb motherfucker? Swear to God!
Full of dollars for one off feels. Okay, I guess this is not related to that quest. All right. Gonna finally go in here.
This is definitely the address.
You're right, but
The place doesn't exactly feel lived in. Know what I mean? Did someone mess up?
maybe the sender wrote down the wrong address? It's possible.
Even if they did, the delivery soup doesn't actually list a recipient, only a destination. Either way, we aren't going to find out anything for sure unless we ask. What's wrong, Tio? I can hear your ellipses.
Nothing.
Hold on, look. Oh,
It's open?
it was a little jar, so I thought it might be. Well, we may as well share ourselves in and see if someone really did order this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why is Tio acting all weird?
Oh God. We're finally gonna go in this place.
Car stuff! Excuse us, is anyone home?
What'd I tell you? No one lives here.
But it's definitely the address listed on the delivery slip. The front entrance wasn't locked either. Who are you?
The fuck is this? What the hell? Who are you?
Huh? A girl?
Oh, excuse us, little girl. Are you the only one home? We're here to deliver a package and...
Oh, you mean she's finally here? Don't just stand there, come in.
The kid was so excited, she didn't even let you finish. Looks to me like we found our recipient. She's clearly expecting a delivery after all.
That's odd, though. If there really was a little girl living here, I'm sure I'd have heard of it.
Don't know what to tell you. You hit the square 10 seconds ago, same as the rest of us did. So what the hell's going on here?
Wish I had a good answer for that.
This melancholy music's not helping either.
But for now, let's follow her and see where that leads. Maybe she can give us a better idea of what the story with this place is. Well, here's the package you ordered, I think.
Yay, she's finally come home.
She...
Order a doll? Like one of the York's dolls or something?
Upsie daisy.
What the fuck? It's a doll of you!
That's one ragged doll. I think it's one of those famous antiques. You know, from Rosenberg Studio?
I don't think so. Doesn't look very expensive to me.
So this doll, did it used to be one of yours, maybe?
She's not an it. She's my beloved little sister. Isn't she just adorable? Is she now? Well, thank goodness we were able to reunite the two of you then. Thank you, everyone. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take her back to our bedroom.
What the fuck? This quest took a weird turn. I like nobody commented that it looked exactly like her too.
Am I the only one who feels completely lost about this? Doesn't look like anyone else is home either. No parents or anything.
What's wrong, Tio? I can't stop hearing your silence.
Nothing. It was only in my imagination, I think.
No, tell me, come on.
Hey, who's in there?
Is that Imelda?
Someone's at the front door now?
Another guest, perhaps. Her parents don't seem to be home, so maybe we should answer for her.
Yeah, good call.
It is Imelda. What the hell you doing here, yo wrinkly bitch?
Imelda?
Well, if it isn't the SSS, and what are you doing in a place like this?
Do you also own this place?
Well, we came on police business.
What brings you all the way out here from your antique shop? Police business? What the devil for? This house has been completely abandoned for over a decade. As for what I'm doing there, I've been using this building as a warehouse for my merchandise for some time now. What's the matter? You look as if you just saw a ghost.
All right, what's the big idea here? Even if Melda's telling the truth about using this place for a storage space, how do you explain the creepy little girl we just handed that doll to?
Good question.
Was she also a doll or something? Is this actually confirming what I was saying before, where Jorg actually makes, like, dolls that can come to life?
We could always ask her ourselves. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this.
Right. There has to be. I'm pretty sure she went into that back door just past the living room.
What? Are your ears screwed on right? I just told you no one lives here.
What? Where'd that little girl go?
Think she's hiding somewhere?
Lloyd, look at those.
Huh?
Oh my god, she is! What the fuck?
Was the doll that was there? Like the doll that we the blonde one, was that one of the ones that we got for Imelda in one of the previous quests?
I feel like we've seen it before.
Dolls. I recognize the one we just delivered, but the other one looks just like the girl we spoke to.
I think a lot of you owe me an explanation here, wouldn't you say? Now spill it.
I think you need an explanation, lady.
Or would you rather arrest yourselves for trespassing?
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, but I'll try to explain.
Lloyd told Imelda that they came to deliver a package and that the little girl they met was the spitting image of one of the dolls.
I see. Turns out what he said had a grain of truth in it after all. What are you talking about? I purchased one of those two dolls while traveling abroad many, many years back. They were said to have been crafted to resemble the daughters of a noble family from long ago. They were a set of twins, so two dolls were made. Unfortunately, I was only able to get my hands on one of them. There's nothing wrong with the doll, per se, but strangely, I can never convince anyone to even consider buying it.
What does that have to the last part to do with anything?
For a detective, you're astonishingly dim. The point is, you were made to deliver a second doll, whereupon you came across a mysterious girl who resembles the first. What I'm saying is perhaps that doll came to life and summoned her twin to her. No?
That's ridiculous!
A certain man has always insisted to me that every doll has its own destiny. Ooh, perhaps the old fogey was on to something this whole time.
He's gotta be referring to Jorg, right?
Every doll has its own destiny? I do remember Maester Jorg saying something along those lines. Or Meister Jorg.
Are you telling me that the girl we spoke to was the ghost of this doll? I refuse to believe it. The veracity of that claim aside, there is a substantial concentration of spiritual energy in this building. I can sense the presence of the three higher elements too, the way I could at Moon Temple and Stargazer's Tower. In other words, what we witnessed may have been a spiritual phenomenon of sorts.
So me considering Kia to be a doll come to life wasn't too far-fetched after all, apparently.
A spiritual phenomenon?
That would explain the hair sitting up on the back of my neck.
Man, this would have been a hell of a lot easier if we were all just hallucinating. Like that little girl and that one door with the derpy dragon. But if Teotas says there's something to it, I'm not gonna tell her otherwise.
You're kidding, right? I don't want to believe any of this. My, but it's fun to watch you all shiver and tremble yourselves silly.
You're dolls, lady. Shouldn't you be freaked out too?
At the end of the day, whether or not you put any stock into the blatherings of that reclusive doll fanatic is up to you. But one thing is for certain.
And that is?
Now that those sisters are reunited, they can finally find a proper home. By which I mean a prospective buyer. And that's good news for my bottom line.
It's always about the money, old lady.
Anyway, that wraps up this request, I think. Let's go back and report to the Capua delivery service employee.
Right. The sooner we leave this house of horrors, the better.
No, the goddamn car book. Hey, looks like you managed to get all the packages where they need to go. You guys are lifesavers. Thanks, Special Support Section. It was no problem. So, not that it's any of my business, but is she okay? Her face is kind of pale.
I couldn't have been. We didn't talk to her. Did we?
I guess she's still a little bit haunted by the experience.
I don't blame her.
Give her some time, and she'll be fine. Maybe.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. If you say so. Anyway, I best get going. If I ever need help in Crossbell again, I'll let you know. Call us anytime.
We'll be happy to assist.
No Capulet family reunion, balls. And I guess it wouldn't really make any sense so that they literally the heads of this company would be coming all the way out here to do that. But you know, we could think up a reason. Hey, the guys are real lifesavers. And report back to the report back to the president that everything worked out all right. I say, call him the president instead of the usual boss. Yeah, it's the eldest. Okay, I'm guessing we can go in there now. I mean, on the bright side, we did finally get access to this fucking one house that's been locked since the fucking last game. Yeah, all right. What we got? Deep paintwork, deep. So deep. Anything else?
Yoo-hoo! Thank you for your efforts, SSS. I should be able to find a new home for these dolls. Now you've reunited them into a marketable set. Not to be rude, Imelda, but aren't you the slightest bit afraid of them? Selling a pair of haunted dolls is the sort of thing that can, well, curse a person. Yoo-hoo! How would I ever stay in business if I was afraid of a few measly ghouls? Besides, my dear girl, do you truly think these are the only potentially haunted items I'm keeping here? Perhaps I could interest you in a ring that's said to bring misfortune to its owner, one after another.
I think we'll pass.
Perhaps the bizarre collection of items she stores here is the reason this place is so saturated with spiritual energy.
So, in other words, it's the old bag's fault. Makes sense to me. Fucking weird. All right, what's this new paint job? Deep.
Oh, it's a deep, dark, dank red.
Ooh, I kind of like it, actually.
I don't hate it. I think actually might be the last. Yeah, it is. Actually, this is actually the last paint job. Technically, I have 2 more, but those are the ones I buy from the store. They're mad expensive too. But you know what? Unfortunately, I think I've just gotten too used to my fucking other one. So it feels like it's cool, but at the same time, now I've did this one for so long that it feels kind of wrong. I don't know. The blue just fits so well for Lloyd's team, at least in my opinion. Because at first, it's just the Lloyd Bannings color. I'll still get the other 2 though at some point, once I get like some more money. But I think they're like 10,000 each. All right, last one. Time to finally talk to Chief Tolta. So what the hell, fucking dumb Derek Dicksucker's been doing? Fair service is more dire than originally thought. I'd like to discuss with definitely right away. Would that be all right? Right now it's fine. Please fill us in on the details.
You mentioned the situation has changed since yesterday?
That it has. Yesterday evening, I went to the Astri Inn in another attempt to persuade Derek. I told him that Mythica was far too suspicious, and that he had to break ties with him.
You didn't beat around the bush then, huh?
Not for a second. In the end, Derek still refused to listen. However, I did learn something new, so I hurried here to discuss the matter with Mr. Hayworth.
Something new? Has Myth taken some form of action?
What Chief Tolta told me caught me off guard, if I may be frank. Minut's grip on the village is far tighter than we had given it credit for.
Would you mind elaborating? From what we learned yesterday, several villagers already trust him. Has it gone further than that?
Well, you see, Minith has not only secured the private property on Old Armorica Road, but also the deeds to numerous plots and fields in the village itself.
He what?
As shocking as that is, one question comes to mind. How is he able to pull off something that big? Good question. From what we know, Minith pitched a plan to increase Armorica's lotus production, as he puts it. By slowly accumulating deeds to the villagers' farmlands, he could expand the lotus fields and streamline their harvests. Moreover, management of the plots themselves could be contracted to the Quincy Company to reduce the required labor.
It does line up with what we heard yesterday. At first blush, it sounds like a pretty good deal for the villagers.
Yeah, too good to be true. As long as those deeds are in Minith's hands, he can abuse the land in any way he wants. There'd be no coming back from that.
Indeed, the man cannot be trusted by any means. And he's solely focused on that private property of ours. Even the worst case scenario wouldn't be too terrible. But now that he's using plots of land within the village, the results could be catastrophic.
What the fuck, Derek, you stupid idiot?
You guys might be shit out of luck when it comes to breaking the contract, though.
That's where you come in. If you can expose him, then perhaps the contract can be voided. I know there's nothing criminal happening on the surface here, but even still, we ask you to look into this?
Well, the SS has never actually been all that beholden to the CPD protocol. Our job is to support citizens when they request it. You've given us enough reason to find Minith suspicious, so we'll gladly help.
Thank you, Detective Bannings. All of you have been our village's guardian angels.
Where should we begin the investigation? I'm at a bit of a loss on that myself.
Me too. It's not as if we have any smoking guns to look into.
True.
In that case, why not ask Ian for assistance?
Do you mean Mr. Grimwood?
Yes. Granted, we're only working off our suspicions at the moment. But if you explain the situation to Ian, he may be able to find a trace of something illicit in Minith's actions.
It sounds like a good idea.
In the middle of writing the Declaration of Independence.
Even a shred of evidence against Minith would be a good starting point for the investigation.
I should warn you, though, Ian's been incredibly busy ever since the mayor advocated for our independence. There's no guarantee he'll have the time to see you.
Only one way to find out. Off the Grimwood Law Office. Maybe we'll catch him, maybe we won't. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, let's go pay him a visit.
We'll leave it to you, then. I'll ask my business associates if they've heard any rumors about Minith, the Quinson Company.
We would appreciate that.
Thank you, everyone. You're the only ones I can count on. I'm so powerless in all of this. It's just pathetic of me.
Don't worry, Chief Tolta. We'll handle it from here.
You just sit tight and relax. And maybe pray to the goddess for good luck while you're at it.
Very well. I'll be waiting for you.
Born every minute.
one born every minute. I'm Derek's father and the village chief, yet I'm so powerless in all of this. It's just pathetic of me. Fucking garbage. Baby, please dispose Minith for the monster he is.
Yeah, it's like he hasn't done anything though. It's just the worry because he's getting so much power, right? He's acquiring so much land that like he can essentially do anything. It's like, that's why they think, because like, all right, well he hasn't done anything yet, but like, why would he need so much, right? Yeah, the idea of like reducing costs and being efficient sounds good, but like, bro, come on. It's like you're giving too much power to a guy you barely know. Okay, Mr. Grimwood finally came downstairs. He escaped the locked room that I will never enter.
Oh, thank God, I finally have a break. Oh, God damn it, now what? Oh?
Mr. Grimwood!
We were afraid you might have been out of your office.
Ah, yes, I was just in the middle of taking a much-needed break. But it would seem you're in desperate need of my counsel.
Is it really that obvious?
I've seen those looks on your faces coming through my door countless times by now. Please, take a seat. I might be busy, but I'm happy to lend you an ear.
Our apologies, and thank you.
Lloyd and the SS explained what they learned about Minith and his actions throughout the past 24 hours. They also mentioned that Minith had been collecting deeds to plots of land in Armorica Village.
I see. This is quite a predicament the village has found itself in. A case such as this would typically be a top priority for me. But as you know, I've been busy this past week drafting a preliminary constitution for the mayor. I apologize, but I won't have time to handle this case personally.
That's unfortunate, but we understand. We suspected that would be the case. Still, even just a consultation would be helpful.
Very well, I'll give you any advice I can while you're here.
We appreciate it, Mr. Grimwood. So, do you have any insight on this?
At this point, there's no evidence of Minith engaging in any unlawful activity, at least as far as we can tell. Is there something we're missing?
I do have one idea.
Damn, already?
Possibly. An Erebonian contact of mine once provided me with some reference material for a very similar case. Though I can't say the circumstances are an exact match.
Any lead that could help us with the investigation is a good one. If you think this other case is worth mentioning, we'd be happy to hear about it.
Very well. I can hardly refuse you all. From what I can recall. Several years ago, a man visited the estate of an Erebonian baron. He introduced himself as Rittner, an enterprising businessman working for a famous brewing company. Rittner presented the baron with an opportunity to become rich beyond his wildest dreams, and quickly at that. He proposed that the baron's barley fields, which had been passed down the family for generations, be used to establish a brewery. The facilities would be constructed on the barony, and his family would be responsible for managing them. That was the idea, anyway.
Hold on a second. What you're telling us is awfully reminiscent of what's going on in Armorica.
The Baron accepted the deal and signed Rittner's contract. Then, under the pretense of constructing the brewery, the fields and a portion of the Baron's land were temporarily transferred to Rittner. Moreover, the Baron converted his assets into capital for the sake of getting the business off the ground. However, Rittner soon disappeared with both the deeds and the capital, never to be seen again.
The hell?
The Baron and his family panicked after suddenly losing contact with Rittner. At the time, they had no idea of the gravity of what was about to unfold. To their shock and surprise, they learned Rittner had sold the deeds to a third party. The land was to be repurposed into a villa resort. Today, it stands as part of a suburb instead. In the end, the Baron's family racked up a substantial debt. For long, they had lost their entire territory. With that, the family was stripped of their rank. They vanished without a trace.
Damn! That's one hell of a story.
That man conned them into giving up their property and sold it right under their noses. Who would even do such a thing?
Your investigation immediately reminded me of that case. One person lies to earn another's trust before running off with a large fortune. It's a common strategy for committing fraud.
Fraud? If this case is the same, the Minith may not be a Quincy Company employee at all.
Yeah, that's how we catch him. If we maybe contact the Quincy Company for certain, right? They can confirm whether this guy is really an employee of theirs.
He would simply be a con man trying to swindle Armorica for all they're worth.
Precisely. I can't say for certain that's the case here, but I'm concerned it might be.
I agree. There are too many parallels between that story and our case. It would be best if we shifted our focus to investigating this as a potential act of fraud.
That changes the kinds of leads we should be looking into.
Exactly. As far as Minith goes, there are two major areas that stand out to me as suspicious. First, that plan of his. We need to find out whether or not he's actually done anything to establish this Armorican honey company. We could probably figure that out by following the Mira Trail. He'd have to apply for a bank loan to open a business in Crossbell. If it's all a sham, then we'll find the evidence we need at the IBC. The other point of concern is whether Minith's actually an employee of the Quincy Company, yeah. The Quincy Company's headquarters aren't in Crossbell, though, so that'll be a little tougher to ferret out.
I may be able to help with that. We should try stopping by my grandfather's home. The McDowell Estate. Why? There should be a brochure about the Quincy Company there. It outlines how the company operates. Maybe it'll find some useful information.
What's something like that doing your grand spam, mademoiselle?
Well, because I happen to enjoy making sweets, all right? I once took an interest in the Quincy Company, so I ordered one of their brochures. Last I recall, it was on a shelf in my old bedroom. Then again, I doubt a simple brochure would have all the information we need.
I wouldn't be so quick to discount the possibility. It's official Quincy Company material. You might be able to find something that conflicts with what Minith said. It never hurts to cover all your bases.
Agreed. Let's drop by the McDowell Estate too and see how it pans out. Thanks for all the invaluable advice, Mr. Grimwood. Because of you, we finally have some leads to chase down.
Always happy to be of service. Just to confirm, you said you were using the Hayworth residence as a base of operations, yes?
Yeah, we are.
Very well then. I'll lend you my help with this case for as long as time permits me. Though unfortunately, I can't make any promises given my other responsibilities.
It's not a problem at all. You've already helped us immensely.
It's nice having a professional in the neighborhood we can lean on.
I'll try to meet up with you at Hayworth later. Good luck with your investigation until then.
Thanks, Mr. Grimwood. Okay, let's get this investigation underway. To start, we'll need to go to the IBC and look into Minith's plan regarding the Armorican Honey Company. It'd be a good idea to swing by the McDowell Estate for that brochure too. Something there might contradict Minith's words. It gives us a total of 2 leads to follow up on.
Roger, won't rest until we find that evidence.
Okay.
Count on us to help us as long as the time allows.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello again, SSS. What can I do for you today?
Well, we'd like to ask for the IBC's cooperation with the investigation we're working on.
Would it be possible for you to do an account search for us, Lanfei? We're hoping to look into some suspicious mirror transfers from a certain depositor. You want me to pull up private information on one of our clients, then? Doing so is within company policy if it's related to a criminal inquiry. Would you mind telling me the details of the situation first?
Not a problem.
Lloyd provided all the information they had on the suspected fraud case.
I see. I believe I understand the circumstances now. Will this be sufficiently probable cause for us to conduct a search?
Cracking down these kinds of things is in the bank's best interest, too. Fraud would damage your reputation.
You are correct. And this is related to a legitimate investigation. I can help, but you'll have to settle for me simply telling you what I can pull up on my terminal screen here.
That's more than enough. If you would, please.
Very well. First, we search for an account registered under the name Minith. Armorica Honey Company, subsidiary of the Quincy Company. There we are. We do indeed have an account open under that name. Hold on. What happened? Did you find something incriminating? Well, I don't have the authority to tell you the exact balance on record. But I will say that the Armorica Honey Company has no more than the minimum deposit in its account.
What exactly does that mean? Oh. You did the bare minimum to open the account.
Basically, corporate accounts require an initial sum of capital to open. In this case, the base amount is all there is, where you've told me that would leave tens of thousands of mira unaccounted for. Minus that's the construction of the factory, managing the fields and more to cover. It is simply impossible for any minimum deposit to be capable of financing all of it. That much is clear. And despite him holding the titles to the land and signing several deals, the balance hasn't changed a single time. It's suspicious to say the very least. By which I mean, this account appears to have been made for the sole purpose of gaining Derek's trust.
Things clearly aren't adding up here in more ways than one.
Yeah, it's just the kind of evidence we needed. We appreciate your cooperation, Lanfei.
Not at all. I'm glad I could be of assistance. Should you ever require anything more, please don't hesitate to ask. We'll keep that in mind.
Okay then, let's one stop out of the way. Let's take our search of the McDowell estate.
Roger. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This is the Quincy Company brochure I mentioned earlier.
Dang! They even had this sucker bound. Can't say they didn't put any effort into the thing.
They have ample resources to do so, considering the size of the company. Whatever is written inside should be sufficiently credible. Then it's a good thing we stopped by for it.
Alright, let's take a closer look inside.
As a leader in confectionery manufacturing, the Quincy Company strives tirelessly towards its next innovation. This brochure aims to briefly introduce the methods and creeds that drive our passion. We believe the key aspect of any confectionery is its taste, otherwise how could anyone enjoy it? With this belief as a core tenet, the Quincy Company refuses to compromise on the quality of its products. Our factories are fitted with the latest equipment and operate with the utmost attention to hygiene. Here at the Quincy Company, we are particular about not just about the quality of our ingredients, but where they are sourced as well. Our product development pipeline, too, is run with the strictest of standards. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives, who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. But only then can they reach the production line. This has been a Quincy Company tradition since its founding, such that we may deliver our valuable customers nothing less than the finest confectionaries to enjoy. Are sampled by our executives after many meetings. Decide whether products are worthy to go to market. It is commitment to this excellence that has made the Quincy Company the exceptional confectioner it is today. I'm not sure what we were expecting. This is all your typical corporate double talk.
Did anybody manage to find a contradiction between this and something Minith has said? Not in particular. Maybe coming here for this brochure was a waste of time after all.
Actually, I did notice something.
You did?
Oh, I get it. You just activate the old detective mode and bam, right? Won't leave us hanging. What'd you find?
If you remember what Minith told us at the hotel yesterday, the answer is obvious. It was only a passing remark, but it still comes into major conflict with what's written in this brochure. Enough to prove that he isn't, in fact, an employee of the Quincy Company to begin with.
Got that much out of this one little pamphlet?
That's right. You see, if Minith...
Sorry to cut you off, but where's the fun in spoiling it all now?
What are you talking about?
Well, if I'm being honest, it's annoying that you're the only one who's figured it out. So why not give the rest of us a chance to save it for when we interrogate Minith?
Wisely, this is an investigation, not some fucking video game.
He says as he looks directly into the camera.
I agree with Oazi, actually. Your hypothesis might not be accurate after all. As a precaution, we shouldn't let ourselves be swayed by a mere hunch. Not to mention, I don't appreciate you stealing the spotlight with your detective mode, as Randy put it.
I get the feeling that second comment was the real reason she doesn't want me to share. Fine, if you two insist. Instead, I want you all to consider everything we've learned so far. I'll summarize the main points of the brochure and the detective notebook. Between this and what we found at the IBC, I think there's enough here to prove Minith is guilty of fraud. For now, we should report what we've discovered to Mr. Hayworth.
Yes, go back up the street.
Ah, it's the SSS. There you all are.
Mr. Grimwood, glad you can make it. Did you just get back yourself, Mr. Hayworth? Yes. Finished asking my business associates about the matter at hand. How do things go on your end? Were you able to round up a few leads thanks to Mr. Grimwood?
How about you, Mr. Hayworth?
I did just the same, in a manner of speaking. You see, I'm not quite sure what to make of it all. Well, you went through the trouble of digging up that info, so you may as well share with the rest of the class.
Agreed. The information may be beneficial to our investigation.
I suppose you're right. I asked my business associates if the name Minith rang any bells. I've never heard of it myself. What they informed me is that he's been making inquiries into a certain market since arriving in Crossbell.
And what market would that be?
Land prices in various locations throughout Crossbell. Land prices?
He sounds more like a real estate agent at this point. Why would a Quincy company employee even need that kind of information?
The answer to that just might be instrumental in helping us figure out Minith's true objective here.
He's looking to buy Crossbell. You think so? Certainly something worth considering. Incidentally, I may discover something else of note since we last saw one another.
Huh?
Harold, Chief Tolta, could I ask you to help me find something in my office?
At your office, Ian?
I don't mind, but is it important? Well, it isn't substantial enough to prove anything in and of itself. But we may be able to use it as a final nail in the coffin once you pin Minith down.
I get you. So we'll get them all like up against the ropes, right? And they'll be like, "No, screw you! You can't prove anything." And then he's gonna walk in with like, "Except for this, right?" We get the classic Ace Attorney. Hold it! He fucking shows up out of nowhere. You really got something like that up your sleeve, Grizzly Grim?
Possibly, but we may not make it in time, so please don't wait for us.
Are you gonna make it in time? You'll make it at the last possible second.
You gotta get to Armorica Village as quickly as you can. If Minith is the criminal we think he is, this plan could very well be in its final stages as we speak. I'm confident, however, that the evidence you have on hand will be enough for you to solve the case. Best of luck, SSS.
Got it. Thanks, Mr. Grimwood. Okay, guys, off to Armorica Village. It's time to reveal Minith's true colors and stop his phony deals dead in their tracks.
Right.
So just sick and tired of this dumb bitch. He's gonna learn today. Everyone get to the goddamn Lloyd mobile. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to slip in the Lloyd mobile. All right, let's go. After a quick nap. Ah, shit. The deal's already over. Fuck. Oh, his car's here. Returns the players are almost ready to go. See what happens. You're such a fucking stupid idiot. You didn't realize it. Oh, God. There he is, the Monopoly man. Blah, 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 blah.
Damn it. Did they already close the deal? Ellie, give me your gun. I'm gonna shoot him. Blast his fucking head off. Bam!
You six again.
The special support section. Derek, Minith, we have a few things that we'd like to ask. What kind of agreements were you hoping to conduct today? Meddling in my affairs on my father's behalf again, are you?
Oh, please, Derek. There's no harm in answering their questions. After all, our plan has already been set into motion.
And what do you mean by that?
Right before you all arrived, Derek and I have finished signing the requisite paperwork. In doing so, we have arranged to expand the operation of the Lotus fields lent to me by the villagers. The Quincy Company will then take over the management of the fields.
What? Damn it, Derek Dicksucker! You signed away the rights to almost all the villagers' agriculture. Is this really what you want, Derek?
What are you talking about? Nothing is changing. I'm only transferring management of the fields to him. Yes, of course. It's quite simple, really. With my company harvesting the honey, we'll be able to streamline production of the candy. A temporary transfer of the land rights to my company is a necessary first step to facilitate the process.
What a crafty bastard.
His scheme has reached its final phase. Which means...
Now then, Derek, I'll be delivering this contract to my main office. We'll be in touch come tomorrow. Look forward to good news. Sounds great. I'll be waiting.
Lloyd.
Can't let him get away. You die here, old man. Before you go, Minith, we have a few more questions.
Oh? And what might they be?
Well, for starters, are you aware of the allegations leveled against you? The primary of which, of course, is suspicion of fraud.
What? That's absurd. How dare you insult Minith like that? How dare you?
Now, Derek, please calm yourself.
Minith?
Special support section, was it? What could possibly make you suspect me of being a common criminal? Surely you have some manner of proof of your claim.
That we do.
Intriguing. Why don't you tell me all about it then? But first, let me remind you that I am an Imperial citizen. If it turns out that your allegations are indeed entirely baseless, I will do what I must to right that indignity, police officers though you may be.
That's fine with us, bitch.
Lloyd,
Don't worry, Ellie. Let me handle this shit. Based on our investigation, there's no doubt in my mind that Minith is guilty. Going to expose him as the fraud he is. Show Derek the demon truth.
Now, very glib. If that's how you want to play this, then go right ahead. I'll answer anything you like. Well, your first question.
Right. About your actions in Crossbell. There's a contradiction between what you've said and what you've done. Would you please recount your actions for me?
A contradiction?
Very well. Since arriving in Crossbell, I have been cooperating with Derek to advance our plans. Said plan will result in the formation of the Armorica Honey Company, a subsidiary of the Quincy Company. It will specialize in producing candy made from Armorica's high-quality honey. Combined with my company's acumen, it is a surefire success. The venture has already been approved by the city and is just about prepared to launch.
Yeah, the thing is, they said before they would make a prototype and test it for with a number of executives for a while before committing to a deal.
Tell me, what is so contradictory about that?
Well, everything. This plan is more like a charade from where I'm standing. Our investigation has covered a key discrepancy in what you just said. You see, Minith. His confectionery acumen, that the plan is underway, the potential profitability, that the plan is underway. The records we look into at the IBC reveal your mistake. You say his plan is prepared to launch. In reality, it hasn't actually made any progress at all.
The IBC? What are you talking about?
Consider this. If the Quincy Company truly did intend to go through with this plan in Crossbell, it would need a loan from the IBC to fund the construction and development of the subsidiary.
Well, yes, of course. I registered the company with the city and opened a corporate account.
But that's as far as you went, isn't it? The account for the Armorica Honey Company contained no more than the minimum balance required to open it. While we weren't told the exact amount, I would speculate it's only in the tens of thousands of Mira. Just how were you planning to build a factory and run a business with so little starting capital?
You looked into my IBC account.
This can't be true, can it, Minith?
Please, don't misunderstand, Derek. I never said there was any credence to their claims. I'm merely commenting on the audacity it takes to do something so invasive.
forget that. So well, there's hardly any mirror in that account.
Being an executive of the company, I must be especially judicious when moving money around. As such, I can't take out a loan on behalf of the Quincy Company. Of course, I will be securing one from the IBC once I have received permission from the main office.
Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
A deft evasion.
Don't count us out just yet. I can tell Minith is getting frustrated, this dumb bitch. If we continue to press him and pile on the evidence, we can get him to crack.
That look on your face tells me you have something more to ask.
Just so happens that I demon do, boy. That was far from our only point of contention about you, Minith.
You still not satisfied?
Don't let them rattle you, Derek. This will be a good opportunity for me to clear your mind of any and all doubt.
Next, I'd like to ask about you, Minith. You say that you're an executive of the Quincy Company, but is that really true?
Wait, what are you implying? You trying to say that Minith isn't associated with the Quincy Company at all?
That's what our evidence points to.
Oh, goodness me. I didn't expect you to say something so outlandish. How about I show you my business card and employee ID?
Those articles could easily be forged.
Regardless, we have evidence that would supersede either of those. And we found it in a Quincy Company informational brochure.
Informational brochure? Oh yeah, one in Mademoiselle's room.
We recorded the main points of the detective notebook.
The brochure comes directly from the Quincy Company's main office, so there's no doubt as to its authenticity. What's more, there's a clear discrepancy between its contents and what you told us yesterday.
What I told you?
That's right. Something you mentioned made it clear to us that you aren't the executive you claim to be.
Yeah, he says creation of a subsidiary, his history in sales, his dislike of sweets. Yeah. Allow me to quote a statement you made yesterday. Despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. Do you deny that fact? Yeah, okay. It wasn't specifically that they were like, oh, we need a bunch of people to come over and test the prototype and do that. It wasn't necessarily that. It was specifically that he said, I don't like sweets at all. But as an executive, well, yeah, the executives are supposed to test it.
Lloyd, how exactly is that relevant?
That's right, I don't care for sweets. What of it? Are you trying to say that someone who dislikes sweets couldn't possibly work for a confectionery company?
A confectionery company in general, maybe, but not this one in particular.
What do you go on about? Who do you work for? The confectionery police department?
Shut the fuck up, Derek! This is what was written in that brochure. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market.
Yeah, I knew that was the line. I was like, that's definitely the point of contention there. That the discrepancy.
Isn't that curious?
What is that? Wait!
It doesn't make sense that somebody like Minith who dislikes sweets would be hired by a company like Quincy. Not with a tradition like that. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I mean, I never said I hated sweets.
Then here's a cheesy chocolates, man. Why don't you go ahead and have a bite? Go on. If you don't like it, fucking eat it. That's not going to work on us. You admitted to not liking them in this very conversation. How stupid do you think we are, you dumb bitch? How stupid do you think we are? Stupid as Derek is? So that raised the question. Why would you lie about being an executive of the Quincy Company? It's simple. You intended to gain Derek's trust before ripping him off. This is the only deduction I can make based on the evidence.
As for the confectioners seeking to make use of Armorica's honey, the Quincy Company was merely a name with weight to it, one that Minith threw around as a show of credibility.
Minith, what is the meaning of this? You tricked me? Derek, don't allow yourself to be deceived by these scoundrels.
What'd you just call us?
I mean, think about it for a second. Let's say, for argument's sake, that I did come to Armorica Village for the purpose of founding a fraudulent honey company. If, that being the case, I had an ulterior motive in deceiving my very good new friend Derek, then what was it? Why would I go to such ridiculous lengths? If you have no proof to back your claims, then you've no right to call me a fraud. You should arrest yourselves for slander.
We do bear the burden of proof, as well as providing a viable motive.
As far as the motive goes, I think I have a pretty good idea.
No, you don't. What?
Are you sure, Lloyd? I barely even started untangling everything that's going on here.
Don't worry, I got this shit. The person who pointed us in the right direction today also went to retrieve the final piece of evidence we need. The last piece of the puzzle, I'll oust Minith once and for all.
Quit the mumbling. If you have something to say, then out with it.
With pleasure. You went to all these lengths to deceive this village with one goal in mind.
Seizing land rights, monopolizing honey sales, peddling knockoff orbital cars.
You goddamn son of a bitch, you get to fucking those goddamn knockoff orbital cars.
No, seizing land rights.
Your true objective here is obtaining the land rights to Armorica Village itself.
What?
A trader we know named Harold Hayworth gave us some information about you. Immediately after arriving in Crossbell, you, Minith, started looking into land prices throughout the state. If you were employed by the Quincy Company in search of new business ventures, this would make no sense. So why do it? I can only think of one possibility. Seizing land was your aim from the very start.
It was? Of all the outrageous schemes.
There's more to it. Armorica Village is surrounded by scenic beauty, making it a high-value location. Suppose the deeds were sold to a third party as prime real estate for a villa resort. How much mirror do you think they would go for?
Land like this, I would estimate somewhere in the tens of millions of Mira.
You know, I actually wonder what happened if we don't do these quests. You don't do these quests and then fucking Derek just sells this shit off to this guy and gets absolutely fucked over. We come back to this place in later games and it's just like a fucking beach resort. Derek's fucking been kicked out of his house. He's fucking destitute out in the streets, sucking dick to make money. That's where he gets the nickname, right? That's where Derek Dicksucker gets his fucking real name. It all makes sense now.
That said, I don't think the villagers would ever agree to such an arrangement.
Exactly. That's what made this whole fraudulent ruse, painstaking as it was, a necessity. Now, if we assume your motive was to obtain the land itself, your actions become that much more clear. First, you obtain the rights to the lotus fields, the farmland, and the village's private property. Then, under the pretext of returning to your company's main office, you vanish from Crossbell entirely. Finally, you sell the deeds of the black market and pocket the hefty sum a mirror they're worth. That, Minith, has been your plan the entire time.
Minith, can't believe what I'm hearing. What the fuck?
Lloyd!
Is that? Could it be?
Oh, so it's his little assistant. Where's Grimwood? Where is he?
Thank goodness. Looks like we made it in time.
Derek.
Father! Father! Mr. Hayworth?
Aren't you from Mr. Grimwood's office?
I'm his assistant, Pete. He would have come himself, but he had to get back to drafting the Constitution.
Did you come with evidence?
That we did. He instead this would prove to be useful insurance.
You're all going to want to take a look at this.
Pete produced a photograph for everyone to see. It was a man who looked like a merchant with the same face as Minith's. The man this picture is.
Why? Why do you have this?
A reporter Mr. Grimwood knew in the Empire gave this to him a long time ago. However, the name in this photo isn't Minith. It's Rittner.
Oh my god, he was the same bitch all along.
Damn, Mr. Grimwood. Pull that fucking story out of nowhere and turned out to be the same fucking dude.
Rittner, I feel like we heard that name recently. I remember. It's the name of the man who stole that Erebonian baron's land. The one Mr. Grimwood told us about.
Oh yeah, that dude.
That's right. I asked Ian about it again, and he said there's no mistaking it. Well, this is a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Lloyd, why don't you do Minith the honors? Tell him the only thing this photo could mean.
With pleasure.
The reason the man before us, Minith, and the man in the photo, Rittner, look identical is... They're twins!
Minith is Rittner in disguise. Oh my god, it makes so much fucking sense.
I mean, sort of right, but
They're the same person.
Minith and Rittner are one and the same. That's the only explanation. It's because they're the same person that their MOs are such a close match.
Mr. Grimwood came to the same conclusion. This man must have been swindling down to an exact horrible science.
You're a crook, Minith. As such, you'll be charged with attempted fraud. This is, of course, on top of the fraud you previously committed in Erebonia.
I can only guess how many skeletons we'll find in your closet when we get done with you.
I would very much like to hear all of the details in the department's interrogation room.
You'll be in there alongside that crazy old bat from earlier. You, damn you! I am a professional. My work must be flawless. You meddlesome brats!
Minith!
Don't get too full of yourselves just yet. You may have won this time, but I won't be apprehended so easily.
What?
Come, my lovely beast.
Wait, what? Oh my god, what the fuck? That's a lot of them. Holy shit. How do they stuff all those dudes in there? My god, it's the giant cats with daggers. They're back.
What? Monsters.
They appear to be well trained too.
These cougars, don't freaking tell me. No.
Derek, you stupid fuck up.
Chief Tolta, it's too dangerous.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know precisely what I'm doing, hence why I'm doing it. Oh, and don't think for even a second about trying to fight me. That is, unless you don't value the lives of Derek and the villagers. I'll kill them all. Gah! Now, step aside if you would.
Dude, Ellie, just blast his fucking head off, right? Fucking just shoot his brains out right now.
Ha! Fare thee well, for we shall never meet again.
God damn it all. No, kill the fucking stupid cats.
Derek! Blah.
Damn it. Can't just let him escape.
After him.
Get into the Bannings mobile, guys!
We're not calling it that, Lloyd.
Get into the Bannings mobile, guys!
No! He managed to get away. I've never been so frustrated. Can't believe a spineless coward like him gave us the slip.
At least none of the villagers were hurt. Let's look at the silver lining. What a mess. If we come across him again, we won't be so lucky. For now, though, let's regroup with Chief Tolta and the villagers so we can report what's happened. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Ah, really? That's it? Oh, that sucks. I can't thank you all enough for what you've done today. It's no exaggeration to say you saved the village from the clutches of that con man.
Well, he still got away in the end. Well, thanks to Derek.
Yes, but now the department knows to keep a lookout for him. It should only be a matter of time before he's caught.
Derek?
I made a grave mistake. I put everyone through so much trouble, just so they could fix it. What that man wrote me into a scheme, and it nearly cost us all our livelihoods.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not the only one who's guilty.
Wrong. It's my fault completely. No two ways about it. I was so desperate to fix and reform Armorica that I ignored my father and almost drove it into the ground instead. I have no right to become the next village chief. You're goddamn right, Derek. That's where you're wrong. Father? I've been so stuck on the old ways that I never tried to hear your proposals for what they were. I've known the village will go under if we maintain our current course, and yet I've done nothing. It is my inaction that drove you to do this. Thus, I must bear a large share of the responsibility for letting it happen.
That's very admirable, Chief Tolta.
Thanks to this crisis, I finally realized where I went wrong. The welfare of this village cannot hinge entirely on the ideology of a single stubborn old man. So instead, Derek, I would like that you provide me your input as well. Yay! We will each contribute our ideas and discuss them with the villagers. That's the only way we can ensure a future for Armorica. You're right. I'm so sorry, Father. From here on out, I'm going to dedicate myself to the betterment of the village.
I'm happy the two of you were able to reconcile.
Fucking finally. It only took 2 games. Ha, same! Makes almost losing your whole village to some crook worth it, wouldn't you say?
Put a sock in it, Wazzy. Learn how to read a room.
Really sorry about him. I swear we've tried everything.
At any rate, we owe you all an enormous debt, so allow me to express my thanks once more. I also owe my gratitude to Mr. Grimwood. It's a shame he couldn't be here.
I'll pass your thanks on to Mr. Grimwood and let him know what happened.
Even if I only played a minor role, I'm glad I could be of assistance. I look forward to our continued partnership, Chief Tolta.
Same to you, Harold.
If you could, keep a lookout for Minith, just in case he returns. And of course, you can always contact the SSS if you ever need our assistance.
There's no way this bitch is getting away, right? We're gonna catch him in some other act, right? At some point. He's fucking better. You better fucking die by the end of this game. I swear to God, penguins. He needs to die! Hopefully he'll never be for anything related to this ordeal again. Be sure to keep you in mind. One born every minute. Damn it all. I want him to fucking die! That Minith fellow is a scoundrel. Hey, even got led up to the garden path with his fake smiles and courteous ways. Derek's got it the worst of any of us, though. Well, the boy's not been too hard on himself, even if he is the biggest fuck up ever.
Can't believe Minith released monsters in the middle of the village. Thank God none of the children were hurt.
That one kid is like, dude, that's what I was talking about! Alright.
Holy cow, did you see those cat things over the van? It was so fucking cool, dude. It's got an animal trainer or a circus or something. Dang, I should try to get his autograph when these things were mauling my ass. That guy with the mock was up to no good.
Yep. Stefan actually called this shit early.
Still can't believe all those monsters out, though. That was gonna be beaten for sure. Those kitties were so big! Too bad they weren't cute.
That's a big kitty.
Well, I'll be tarred and feathered. Minith was a swindler all along. Say about this horrible truck I bought from him. What do I do with it now?
If I remember right, you bought it for 50,000 Mira, while the market value is closer to 500,000.
That's a bit of a problem.
For the time being, it would probably be best if you turned it over to the police. Since it was sold and purchased through a legitimate transaction, and we'll probably give it back to you in the end.
Fucking better be.
True, though with whether the truck is legal in the first place, we will need to be investigated as well.
Alright, I'll go ahead and contact the police then.
Unlike our car, which is legal as fuck, bitch. Besides, it was never been as cool as this shit. You fucking wish it was.
Alright, let's go and report this shit. Boom, bitch. Boom. Oh, promote the shit out of me. Ooh, a true gladiator belt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I got the True Gladiator headband and the Gladiator belt. Put that shit on top of him. And I'm just gonna be shitting out fucking CP. Give me even more damn strength. Why not? I don't give a shit. I'm a glass cannon and I don't give a goddamn demon lord, baby. My God, look how much strength he has now. He has fucking 923 strength. Holy shit. So much more than even Lloyd's. I'm a god of this world. Bow down to me.
All right, guys. This seems like a good spot to end things here for now. We did it. We are clear to go back into the main story stuff. It was satisfying. I'm glad we finally, after all this time, because God, I was getting so sick of seeing Derek and Tulta fight for every day. It was just oh, look at them fighting again. It's for fuck's sake, do you just make up? When they finally bonded and hit a point of reconciliation and working together. But I am bummed that fucking stupid shithead got away. But I'm confident that at some point he'll probably show up again in a later quest. Then we'll finally nail him. We'll nail him and his fucking weird cat dog dagger dudes as well, which he was somehow able to fit inside his fucking clown car. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite and subscribe if you don't already become a picky penguin or the SLB, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.